Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here with my daily video. It is Veterans Day here in the United States, and we honor our veterans. So I will be thinking about my sweet father-in-law who served in both World War II and Korea. We're lucky enough that when he was on those duties that he took photos, and so we actually have some family photos he sent of the times that he was there, which was before he met my mother-in-law. He met her after he came back from Korea. He's a little bit older than her. So I will be thinking about him today and all the other wonderful veterans of our country. So we have a topic today, and that topic was on or off. And I'm wondering whether you sew with your shoes on or you sew with your shoes off. I should do a poll also today over at my group called Along with Pat Sloan at Facebook. I will stick one up there. I'm a shoe on. I wear my shoes all the time. I rarely go barefoot and never have. I've never been a barefoot kind of kid. So I've always been a shoe person. And I actually like socks a lot. So that's me. So you can tell me about you. Tell me in the comments. Come on over there. No bare feet photos, though. We don't want to see your bare feet today. Okay? I know. It's just one of those things, okay? You can say on or off. And, all right. So it is Block Wednesday. Yes, and we are celebrating Hygge and with cozy things. The sew along's name is Cozy Things, and within that, the Danish word for having a lifestyle that incorporates things that are cozy all year long is Hygge, H-Y-G-G-E. And our block is going to celebrate comfort foods. So this is the block I designed. Ta-da! I got it right set up, yes, with a little snowman. Oh my gosh, I just love doing this block. So I have all the other blocks up on the wall, but before that, I'm going to show you a little bit about maybe picking some other colors for this. But first I want to just talk about comfort food, because each of the weeks here in the Cozy Things, we have sort of a theme. And for me, comfort food, I think a lot of times we immediately think warm weather is comfort. I mean, so we think warm things for when it's cold, so like soups and hot chocolate. I think, but comfort food is to me, and also in the Hygge philosophy, it is all-encompassing. It doesn't, like, they do a lot of having a break in the afternoon to go have cake, which I think is lovely. I mean, I would love to have a break in the afternoon to go have cake. It's like somebody was to open a really cute little bakery right by my plaza. I'd go over there and have cake every afternoon with a little coffee and meet a friend. Wouldn't that be awesome? I would just love that. That would be just a wonderful thing to do. Maybe not every day, but why not? But the comfort food could just be that you like to have the same food for breakfast many days. That's comforting. It's a routine. It is something that you sort of start your day out right. Maybe you like to have oatmeal, or maybe you like to have, like I like to have an English muffin with peanut butter. That for me is a comfort food. Even on travel, if I could get that sometimes, I would. Although sometimes on travel I had better food. But you might have a comfort food is a certain type of ice cream when you go to a certain place on vacation. There might be an ice cream shop that you always stop at it's like a tradition. So comfort kind of equals tradition to me as well. It's like, what is it that it's a tradition, it's routine, it's things that are warm and cozy, but it's also things that are just familiar and they make you happy. They bring really good feelings. So that is the topic, the Hygge. So let's put this block up there. Let's see what's going on with all my blocks. And I am really excited. We only have 4 more blocks in this. Usually the last Wednesday sew along of the year, I do a fairly short one, because often at the end of the year there's just a lot of other obligations people have, and so I don't want one that's really dragging out, a long one. And generally the first one of the year is longer, because it's, for a lot of us who follow me, we're in the winter in January through March. So here is the Here, now, one of the things I'm going to do, and I know you can't see that so well because it's not, maybe I just do like that. Move the camera a little bit. Let me just pull it in. Okay, so, oh, now I gotta pull it up. All right. So you can see the colors. Now I'll bring this one back over, but this is really light, which is exactly what I want. I want these setting blocks, which will go here, 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 and then 1, 2, 3, and that's all in your layout, your supply list. I gave it to you right away at the beginning. I wanted these to be really light because this is a strong vertical, it's a strong color. So this is reading light, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Now I might switch a few blocks around because I want to vary this peach color that's in here and vary the black. And also if any more of the 4 of them have a strong heavy blue, I want to vary those around so that I balance it out. I don't have, like right now I have 2 with peach in it, but I don't have any others. So I need to, add that. And peach was one of the fabrics I bought a little bit extra of because I knew I wanted to sort of sprinkle it in. So I've got 4 more blocks to play around with color, but then I will move them around. I will not be sewing mine in the order that I gave them. I will be sewing them in the order that it looks good for the fabric picks. So I will balance them out a bit color-wise. Now, oh, I forgot to get the block. Whoop. Okay, and I was going to show you the other, if you didn't see it the other day. Now, one of the things that when we talk about like this cozy things, and we're talking about different things here on the video, there it is. Ta-da! It's got the stripes and the text print, and then all of them will have that light aqua. And that aqua is, has this, it's a big print. So I'll be chopping up little pieces and I'll fussy cut them. At least they have some, words or some sort of image in there the best I can. So one of the things is that we talk about stuff here. We talk about different topics, like we were talking about plants, because that was nature was last week's cozy things. And so what happens is then you come to the Facebook group and you share a brand new post, and it has something that isn't quilting, which is totally fine for the day I release a block. But you might find that sometimes after that I'll ask you to put it under to leave a comment with the picture under my pinned post for the day, because that way we don't get posts in the feed that are plants when it's a quilt group. So it just confuses people. They're not sure where they are. But the first day it happens. If it happens, and if you see it, and that's not your thing, just scroll on by. Just scroll on by. You don't need to make, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so pinky swear. Yeah, so we're a big group over there. We're now at 185,000 people, which is really big and super marvelous, which means we have a large array of people sharing things. We have a vibrant community. If you ask a question, there are a lot of people who come and look at the group, and so you will be able to get an answer to most of the things. If for some reason you ask a question, maybe during a time period where not a lot of people are on, then it doesn't come up in their feed, or they don't come to the group and see it. You can always rebump it or re-ask it if you didn't get what you needed. Rebumping it just means go to your post and put in the comments, bumping this post, or just hello or something, so that the post gets some activity again, and then hopefully it'll pop in and people will see it. And that's just the way a group works. Okay, so let's look. First of all, I have all of this cut for those alternate blocks. So this, and I have to cut these. And then I can sew those other alternate blocks. Now for this, what I did is I went ahead and used these little snowmen in the middle because I just thought they were so darn cute. But I could have gone and made all these star points. Let me just pick. I could have made all the star points like red. That would have been another thing to make them red. And then I could have done like the blue for here, like a blue out here. And then I could have made these black. That could have been a way to do it. I could have handled it. I could take any of those colors and sort of reverse them around. I could have aqua. These squares could have been black, and then these could still have stayed red. So, you know, you can switch around how it works. And so look at your fabric and try to find a combination that looks good with what you're doing. Now, if you look at the blocks up there, with 9 blocks, it's a very tight composition. There are not, there you go, you can see them. There are not a lot of room for, you know, for color balance. Like if you have 1 block out of 9 that has a fabric in it that nobody else has, then it might stand out at you. Such as, I pulled out here, I pulled out the yellow. Because even though some of the prints have like yellow tan, like this was a gingerbread house and these were cookies in a jar, but I decided that I was not going to use the yellow in any of the blocks, because I feel like it would really pop out at me and that it would not create a balanced look. So with your fabric, look at it and see if you might have a similar situation. You might have one piece that you're like, okay, now that you've got several blocks made, well, it'll be 5 blocks made after this one. Maybe, you know, one of them isn't really, one of your fabrics is like, no, I'm not going to use that. So just, you know, put it away so it's not getting in the mix by accident. All right, Block Wednesday. I hope you are having fun with this. I actually have the theme for our next one, and it is going to start in January, and right at the beginning of January, whatever the first Wednesday is, and it will be a sort of somewhat continuation of this, being something very cozy. So I'm not telling you yet what it is though. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you online.